everybody, it's Mike Frieder here with On-Call Compliance Solutions, and I'm back with another compliance tip of the week. Today we're talking about DFARS, NIST SP 800-171, and CMMC. Why the word define is so critical in your SSP when it comes to CMMC certification. Let's go. So hey, if you're a defense contractor who's feeling overwhelmed, tired, and alone, trying to understand all of this DFARS, NIST SP 800-171, and CMMC compliance stuff, I've got great news for you. You found your home here at On-Call Compliance Solutions, where we can help you transform into your company's on-call compliance hero. Let's jump into it. So everyone out there in the defense world should by now be getting ready for CMMC certification. The final rule is already out, and we know that the government is looking for swift implementation of these requirements in order to get our defense industrial base, that is you, the company participating in defense contracting, in line with adequate information and cybersecurity when it comes to handling CUI or control unclassified information. That's the information which the government deems to be sensitive or non-public. As defense contractors are beginning to face the reality that CMMC certification is real and they're going to have to go through an audit where real live people come in and poke around and examine what they really have going on behind the scenes, we thought it would be useful to share some of our own CMMC Level 2 certification auditing experience and how the word define changed the way we looked at what we needed when it comes to documentation. One of the core things to understand about a compliance audit, or in this case, a CMMC Level 2 certification audit, is that having your system secure may be one thing, but to pass certification or a DIBCAC audit on NIST SP 800-171, you're definitely going to have it all documented. In fact, having written policies to prove that you are properly secured just might be even more important than actually having them implemented. At last count, our company has no less than 35 plus policies and standard operating procedures that are required to meet an auditor's compliance requirements. Interestingly, as time goes on, this list just seems to continue to grow as we find new things which must be documented as we as an organization continue to grow and evolve. Now, just a few years ago, we only had around 10 to 15 policies in our entire documentation set that we believed were required to comply with NIST SP 800-171. And for a while, that seemed to be just fine. In speaking with others in the industry, we have found that this is a fairly normal pattern, that as a company continues to grow or evolve, or their systems become more complex, much more must be documented in order to both meet the control requirements, but also pass certification. This is a much different mindset than most private businesses are used to, and I'm speaking from experience for sure. Most private businesses are in fact the opposite of what a government is looking for. They operate in a lean state, foregoing formal processes and procedures for action now to get things done and out the door and get paid. For the typical defense contract under 500 employees, this is a significant challenge. It can take years to develop the required policies on your own. What can be even more frustrating is that in many cases, policies which are required for compliance, they honestly just don't make a lot of real-world sense. As an example, a baseline configuration policy is a policy which is required in order to be compliant and pass a CMMC certification at level 2. What is a baseline configuration policy, you may say? Well, it's a documented policy that defines the standard configurations for an organization's information system, including hardware, software, and firmware. This policy ensures consistency, security, and compliance with established organizational and regulatory requirements. Well, look. The truth is, in the real world, I've never worked with a business that had less than 500 computers that actually had a policy like this in place before working with us on compliance. Simply put, IT managers are busy, and they buy the computers they can when they are needed, deploy them out into the field with the mandatory minimum security solutions, and let it rip, baby. For few organizations I know use a golden image versus computers as they come off the shelf anymore. I think that is the primary purpose of a whitelisting solution like ThreatLocker, which allows them to regain control over net new installed software once the machine is deployed. But the baseline? Why document that? Machine comes with Windows. Whatever the manufacturer puts on there is fine. I'm not ripping off all this stuff and trying to make it so the operating system only has 3 different programs on there. I got service tickets to get to, right? So in reality, there are a lot of really good reasons why you should be documenting and using a baseline configuration policy. Establishing a secure starting point for all systems by standardizing configurations, reduce vulnerabilities by disabling unnecessary features, services, and ports, and ensure compliance with security requirements outlined in NIST SP 800-171, simplify system management and auditing through uniformity. Lots of really good reasons. But look, in the real world, most folks are running IT departments in defense companies that just don't have the level of time and resources. So what do we do about this? Well, the answer is one way or another, we're going to have to get it into writing and do the work. There really is just no way around it. when you get down to the assessment points, there are many places where the word define appears, and wherever you see the word define or policy, know that what an assessor is really looking for is a written policy, standard operating procedure, or some other level of documentation. To give you an idea, I think we had the word define 116 times throughout the assessment points and our answers to them in our system security plan. Now, here is some good news. At OnCall, we have developed a totally done for you and ready to go set of policies, standard operating procedures, and lists of what must be documented prior to certification or audit that we can customize to you. I think this is one of our big strengths, and the best part is we work with you to customize that documentation so that it matches your organization and system security plan. That is a massive way that we shortcut years of policy development documentation into just days, so you can be the compliance hero for your company. Meanwhile, now you know. Don't fail an audit or an expensive CMMC certification process because you didn't understand what the word define meant. Boom. And hey, at OnCall, we take defense contractors just like you who have had this DFARS, NIST, CMMC, ITAR, and EAR information security compliance stuff dropped in their laps like a seagull on a sunny day. And we teach you how to level up and be a proper OnCall compliance hero for your company, eliminating gaps, gray areas, and getting this solved, all while showing you how to leverage compliance as your secret weapon to land more defense work with higher profit margins. Now that's what becoming an on-call compliance hero can do for you. And if you're looking for more help getting compliant, our compliance experts are always on call for you. Visit cmmccompliancesecrets.com or check out the description below for links to get help right now. If you love the content we're putting out here for you, help us out with a big thumbs up on that like button, or even better, smash the subscribe button to get the latest compliance content as soon as our compliance nerds roll it out. Until the next compliance tip, my friends, stay safe and secure out there, and hit us in the comments below to let us know what you'd like to know more about when it comes to information security and compliance. I'll see you on the next one.